I believe everybody should go to art school. First of all, I believe that everybody is an artist. Secondly, I don't believe art school is actually about art. But what I've discovered after doing a master in arts is that it's actually about so much more. And I believe that one of the reasons why I'm standing here now in front of this camera is because I studied art. Now you think, okay, yeah, you learned how to make videos or how to draw or paint. And this is all things I talk about on this channel here. But in this video, I want to share with you the real reason why what I believe art school actually taught me. While I was thinking about what I could make my next video about, I found this text here in my YouTube journal book. What art taught me about life. Being uncomfortable in uncertainty. There's no certainty in art, no easy solution. Sometimes no solution at all. It is about being able to stay in the uncertainty of knowing that there will never be the right answer and that every brush stroke you make can bring the painting closer to the state perceived as done or ruin it. While ruining it may simply be that it takes you somewhere even better. When I was studying art, feeling lost was the feeling I'd say I expressed 80% of the time. It was not a nice feeling, but so important. I described it once as swimming in the ocean and there's one high wave after the other crashing around you. It feels like drowning, and all of a sudden you're back at dry land. You hold the solution to the problem you've been mulling over. It's an addictive process, even if feeling unhappy for 90% of the time is part of the deal. And I've never experienced anything similar in any other process. It's so exhilarating and enlivening. Of course, it eats up all of your mental capacity. In the ideal phase, you are stuck in flow. I think that's why I'm struggling to make real art when I have to do something else on the side, because real life interferes with this state. And this is also why artists might give the appearance of all or nothing. And this is one of the best feelings ever. This is where I collect all the ideas and inspiration and what I want to talk about on this channel. I actually also have a mood board here. If you want to know more about the things I learned as a beginner YouTuber and how to make videos and what actually are the hurdles that you'll encounter when doing this, you'll find my extensive YouTube guide down below. Before I speak about the most important thing I learned about art school and about life and what actually made me be here now, I want to talk about why I believe everybody should go to art school, or why I think desperately need a thing that's similar to art school. The whole system we go through, maybe not kindergarten, I don't know, but starting with primary school, you're so often conditioned to do certain things and to follow a path, and you can't really follow your interests. These 2.5 years of art school gave me the freedom to explore what I wanted and what I was interested in. Because the cool thing about art school, you might think, oh, it's about painting, it's about blah, blah, blah. But actually my process was more on the conceptual side. So everything that interested me became part of my art. And with this, I had such a collection of different things suddenly coming together. Being nourished from computer science and philosophy, from advertising, what I studied before, from communication, from sociology, everything that interested me got absorbed into my art. And this gave me the chance to reflect on the narratives that I've been telling myself. One of the narratives I was caught in was I'm the artist, my brother is the engineer. Computers are such an important part of our society and they won't go away. And I think that art-wise, they are so important, like the invention of lenses was. If you don't know about the importance of lenses, I'll link this documentary from David Hockney down below. He did an insane project on what the revolution of lenses meant for the arts. Anyway, why should everybody go to art school? Because it's not about learning to paint or learning to sculpt. It's about the space and the freedom you get and exploring yourself. 2.5 years, I didn't study art. I actually studied myself. And this is something I would love everybody to experience. Because suddenly you don't have like fixed assignments, but suddenly you have to come up with your own things, or what's interesting to me. How could I turn this into something that I can present to other people? But now I want to get into the point why I think art is so important, or this kind of study or this kind of environment is so important for everyone. Because doing art is tough. I think art is unsolvable. So you see this finished painting at the end and you either like it or you don't like it. But what you don't see is the immense amount of decisions that went into this. You don't see the countless hours the artists worked out in the process, or what to paint next and what's the right color, and oh now it's out of balance, where it's also about the conceptual thing behind it, where it's about the ideas behind it and the process. It's an infinite problem space. And the thing I learned is there's no answer. There's no right answer. And I'll never solve this problem. There are too many variables. And it's shifting all the time. So what you learn is you learn to trust the process. You learn that however confusing it feels right now, you'll turn up somewhere where you didn't know you'll end up. But it's way better than what you'd expected. While it may sound horrible to be unhappy 90% of the time, it's just part of the process. And actually, in hindsight, it's often not that dramatic. And I think one of the unhappiness part simply comes from this feeling of like that it's just ugly and confusing where you are. I've made another video where I dive into the concept of why I believe that we need the ugly face in everything that we do. You'll find it here.